Welcome to the UFOs podcast, where we cover all things alien and UFO. Welcome to the UFOs podcast, and I'm your host, Jeff Zim. Drone sightings. The wave of drone sightings that swept across the United States in late 2024 represents a fascinating case study in how modern technology intersects with public perception and national security concerns. What began as isolated reports in New Jersey quickly evolved into a nationwide phenomenon that captured public attention and prompted multi-agency investigations, leading to thousands of witness reports between November and December. The initial surge of sightings centered around Picatinny Arsenal in New Jersey, spreading to neighboring states, including New York and Pennsylvania. Witnesses reported seeing substantial-sized drones operating without lights and producing significant noise. These reports were particularly concerning given their proximity to sensitive military installations and critical infrastructure. The sheer volume of reports and their geographic spread created a sense of urgency among federal and state authorities. The scope of the government response was notable, involving coordination between multiple federal agencies. The Department of Defense, Department of Homeland Security, Federal Aviation Administration, and FBI launched a joint investigation to assess the situation. This comprehensive approach highlights the seriousness with which authorities treated these reports, even as many would ultimately be explained as mundane occurrences. The investigation's thoroughness demonstrated the government's commitment to addressing public concerns while maintaining national security. Some of the more dramatic incidents reported during this period included drones allegedly interfering with medical evacuations and Coast Guard operations. There were even reports of drones releasing a mysterious gray mist. However, subsequent investigations revealed these incidents to be misidentifications of conventional aircraft or natural atmospheric phenomena, demonstrating how easily ordinary occurrences can be misinterpreted during periods of heightened awareness. These misidentifications would later become crucial examples in understanding the role of perception in the broader phenomenon. The Trump administration's January 2025 statement provided important context, confirming that most of the reported drone activity was actually FAA-authorized operations. This revelation helped to calm public concerns, though it didn't entirely resolve the situation. The military's acknowledgement of hundreds of genuine drone incursions over bases during 2024 indicated that while many sightings were misidentified, real security challenges existed. This dual reality of both legitimate concerns and misidentified incidents complicated the public narrative. The role of social media in amplifying and distorting the drone sighting phenomenon cannot be overstated. The online environment became a breeding ground for misinformation, with viral videos and speculative theories spreading rapidly across platforms. This digital dimension added layers of complexity to the investigation and public understanding of events. The spread of unverified information and conspiracy theories through social media channels demonstrated the challenges of maintaining accurate public discourse in the digital age. Looking at the numbers helps put the situation in perspective, with projections indicating approximately 2.8 million drones would be operating in U.S. airspace by 2024. The increasing frequency of drone sightings, both legitimate and misidentified, seems inevitable. This proliferation of drone technology presents ongoing challenges for airspace management and security, requiring new approaches to monitoring and regulation. The psychological aspects of the phenomenon are particularly intriguing. Mass hysteria and confirmation bias appear to have played significant roles in the wave of sightings. Once people became aware of potential drone activity, they became more likely to interpret ordinary objects or events as drone-related incidents. This psychological component helps explain why many reported sightings were later identified as conventional aircraft, planets, or atmospheric phenomena. The power of suggestion and collective anxiety contributed to the multiplication of reports. The government's response evolved beyond mere investigation. the military established a new rapid reaction force specifically designed to address drone incursions, demonstrating a practical response to an emerging security challenge. Additionally, the situation prompted legislative action with multiple bills introduced in Congress aimed at enhancing drone oversight and developing more effective countermeasures. These institutional responses reflected the government's recognition of the need for long-term solutions to drone-related challenges. What makes this case particularly significant is how it exposed gaps in current drone management systems and highlighted the challenges of maintaining security in an era of increasingly accessible drone technology. The incident served as a catalyst for improving drone-related policies and procedures, while also revealing the complexities of managing public perception during periods of uncertainty. The experience provided valuable lessons for future responses to similar technological challenges. The gradual decrease in sighting reports by late December 2024 coincided with growing public understanding of the situation and more thorough explanations from authorities. The fact that no suspicious drones were recovered and no suspects were identified in connection with unauthorized flights supported the conclusion that most sightings had mundane explanations. This natural decline in reports suggests that increased public awareness and official communication helped dispel some of the mystery surrounding the incidents. The response from various levels of government demonstrated the complexity of managing such incidents. Federal, state, and local authorities had to coordinate their efforts while dealing with public concern and media attention. The implementation of flight restrictions over sensitive areas and the call for enhanced counter-drone capabilities showed how seriously authorities took the situation, even as investigations continued to reveal many reports as misidentifications. The drone sightings of 2024 ultimately represent more than just a series of misidentified aircraft or authorized drone operations. They illustrate the challenges facing society as we adapt to new technologies, the power of social media to shape public perception, and the need for robust systems to manage and monitor drone activity. As drone technology continues to evolve and become more prevalent, the lessons learned from this episode will likely inform future responses to similar situations. The incident also highlights the delicate balance between maintaining public safety and avoiding unnecessary panic. While authorities needed to take all reports seriously, they also had to work to prevent overreaction and misinformation from spreading. This balance becomes increasingly important as drone technology becomes more integrated into daily life and commercial operations. The experience gained from managing this situation provides valuable insights for handling future technological challenges. Looking forward, this event has contributed to a more nuanced understanding of how to handle similar situations in the future. It has led to improved protocols for investigating drone sightings, enhanced communication strategies between various agencies, and better public education about drone operations. These developments will prove valuable as society continues to navigate the challenges posed by advancing drone technology and its integration into our airspace. The significance of this event extends beyond immediate security concerns to broader questions about technological adaptation and social response. The incident demonstrates how rapidly emerging technologies can create both real and perceived threats, requiring careful balance in official response and public communication. As drone technology continues to advance and become more widespread, the lessons learned from the 2024 sightings will serve as an important reference point for managing future technological challenges while maintaining public safety and confidence. Ariel School UFO. The 1994 Ariel School UFO incident stands as one of Africa's most significant and widely discussed extraterrestrial encounters. On September 16, 1994, in the small agricultural community of Rua, Zimbabwe, located 22 kilometers southeast of Harare, approximately 62 students between ages 6 and 12 at the expensive private school reported witnessing something extraordinary during their morning break. The context surrounding this event is particularly notable. Just 2 days prior, Southern Africa experienced widespread UFO sightings, with numerous people reporting a bright fireball streaking across the night sky. Many called into ZBC radio to describe their observations, while skeptics, including Brian Dunning, later identified this as the re-entry of a Zenit 2 rocket from the Cosmos 229 satellite launch, breaking up into burning streaks. It had already sparked considerable UFO interest in the region. Local UFO researcher Cynthia Hind documented additional alien sightings during this period, including a daylight sighting by a young boy and his mother and a trucker's report of alien beings on a road. The incident itself occurred around 10 a.m. while the school's adult faculty were inside having a meeting. According to the children's accounts, they observed one or more silver disc-shaped objects descend from the sky and land in a field of brush and small trees adjacent to the school property. The encounter lasted approximately 15 minutes, during which the children reported seeing between 1 and 4 beings with large eyes, dressed in black, emerge from the craft and approach them. Many children ran away in fear, though some older pupils stayed to watch. When the children returned to class, they told their teachers what they had seen, but were dismissed. However, when they shared their experiences with their parents at home, many parents came to the school the following day to discuss the incident with faculty. The sighting was subsequently reported on ZBC radio, which is how Cynthia Hind learned about it. The investigation that followed brought several prominent figures to the school. BBC correspondent Tim Leach visited on September 19th to film interviews with pupils and staff. After investigating, Leach remarked, "I could handle war zones, but I could not handle this." Cynthia Hind arrived the next day, interviewing children and having them draw pictures of what they'd witnessed. She noted the remarkable consistency in their accounts. In November, Harvard psychiatry professor John Mack, known for his investigations into UFO sightings and alien abduction phenomena throughout the 1990s, visited to conduct his own interviews. During these sessions, children revealed receiving telepathic communications with an environmental theme. One fifth grader recalled being warned about something that's going to happen and that pollution mustn't be. An 11-year-old girl told Mac they were cautioned about becoming too technologed. Another child reported being told the world would end if people didn't take better care of the planet. Cultural interpretations of the event varied among the students, reflecting their diverse backgrounds. While some interpreted the experience through a modern UFO lens, others, familiar with local folklore, saw the beings as Tikaloshis, creatures from Shona and Ndebele mythology. The children were adamant that what they saw wasn't an airplane, though their interpretations of the being's nature varied. The case has faced significant scrutiny from skeptics. Critics point out that Hind's interview methodology, conducting sessions with groups of 4 to 6 children while others listened, could have led to cross-contamination of testimonies. The environmental message aspect notably appeared primarily in Mac's interviews conducted 2 months after the event, leading some to suggest his known environmental advocacy might have influenced the questioning. Alternative explanations have emerged, including mass hysteria, misidentified natural phenomena like dust devils, and Gideon Reed's hypothesis about confusion with touring puppet shows designed for AIDS awareness. A significant development emerged in 2023 through Netflix's documentary Encounters, where a former student named Dallin claimed responsibility for initiating the incident by telling classmates a shiny rock was a UFO. However, this claim directly contradicts his own earlier testimony from 15 years prior, where he described the UFO as having color-changing lights, as well as the accounts of numerous other witnesses. Many witnesses continued to stand by their accounts decades later. In 2014, one witness told the Mail and Guardian that she still fears the creature's return and can sense when they are back in the atmosphere. Artist Emily Trim has created paintings she describes as manifestations of the messages received that day. In 2021, Barstool sports writer Za, who was a pupil at the school, recounted seeing a bright light descend from the sky and aliens emerging from it. Additional witnesses interviewed for the 2020 documentary The Phenomenon discussed the lasting impact of their experience. The Ariel School incident remains one of the most compelling mass UFO sightings, particularly due to the number of witnesses, their young age, and the consistency of their initial accounts. Jerome Clark, a Fortean writer, has called it the most remarkable close encounter of the third kind of the 1990s. The case continues to generate discussion and debate within both UFO research circles and skeptical communities, highlighting the complex nature of mass witness accounts and the challenges of investigating historical UFO encounters. The BBC's Witness History program in June 2021 described it as one of the most significant events in UFO history, cementing its place in the annals of unexplained phenomena. Thank you so much for listening to the UFOs podcast. Please remember that we want your UFO and alien stories, so send them to us at ufos.com or stories@ufos.com directly to have us read them on the show.